Hello everyone and welcome back to this exciting moment. My name is David and like I promised that I'll be showing you a video on how to improve on your UI design. I think it's going to be a very good time for me to walk you through everything I want to show you on how to improve on your UI design. I know there have been a lot of us that have been trying to do something so important lately, but then I actually understand the flaws, the challenge, the obstacles and everything, and that's why I want to show you how to actually leverage or to improve on your UI design. And I think this particular series is going to be comes with a 30 days UI challenge, and I'm going to roll out all day by day activities that you guys need to do. I see it as a way of me helping or me contributing to your growth and helping you to actually improve so that you can get visibility, and visibility can actually lead you to something more bigger. So without any further ado, I'll just walk you through the same thing I've been doing to actually helped me to improve on my workflow for the past few years. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do right here, I'm going to come over to Dribble. It doesn't have to be Dribble, it could be anywhere you're actually picking inspiration. So I'm using Dribble for this instance because I think it's one among the very go-to place for every designer. You can use Mobi, you can use Behance and Pinterest if possible, and so on and so forth. So that's what I will do basically. And looking at here, I don't really have any keywords, any kind of project I want to do. I'll just have to scroll down the page for me to see what I can do, and I'm going to pick the particular screen while I open my Figma. So I will start and I will show you everything you need to pay attention to. So it's not about you just designing or trying to repeat somebody else's design, but I think it has a lot of things to do with you doing exactly what they did. So doing exactly what they did, I will show you a routine of things and how you can pick all the resources they actually use in the design to make your own design too as well. So I'm on Dribble website now, and like I said, I don't really have any preference. I just want to pick random stuff, something I can show you in a most minimal or amount of time, something I can actually show you, and something that we can build very fast without wasting much of our time. It's as simple as what I actually want to show you. So I don't want to start with the big stuff. Rather, I want to start with something small, something minimal, then we can always improve on that even as we go, right? So it's as simple as what it is. I'm still looking for. Okay, I'll just do a mobile instead. I will do a mobile, right? I think I'm going to do a mobile, and let me pick this one here, and I'm going to open that in a new tab. Let me see if I can have one more. Okay, so the same exact flow or things I actually want to show is not far-fetched from any other thing it could be, right? It's not far-fetched, so you can actually apply this thing to either a web, a mobile, or any kind of project you are working on. It's going to actually give you the best results. So I'm still here playing all around because I'm looking for what to do and what to do exactly the way you're supposed to do. So I'm going to pick this particular one. I think I've been able to come up with the one I'm going to use, and according to what I have here, right, I have the fintech here, and I think I'm going to go with this one. This one, for example, and let me see if I can add to it. Now, the goal is for you to actually improve on your design, and that implies that you are stealing inspirations, how the other people, like the pros, how they do their work, and a lot of other things you have to pick, and you have to be detailed whenever you are doing something as such. I'm not able to pick this one exactly because I think it's too small for what I actually want to show. I need something that will detail everything I want to show you, and I think I'm going to go with this particular screen. So let's see how far I can go. Maybe in the next let's say in the next maybe 15 or 10 minutes, let's see how far I can go with this design. So I'm going to pick this one, and I'm going to show you how to break it down. But in case you are new or you want more detailed explanation about the same procedure I want to show you, I think you need to get minimalism design course, because in that particular short course, I show you exactly how to do all of these things, like every nitty kitty, like everything. I mean, everything I'm talking about, everything. Yeah. So in order to save our time, I'll just go here and I will open the riches class. I think that's the name of the particular file I want to use. And I'm going to go to this one. What I will need to do here is to right click and to copy this particular image. So what we want to do, let me explain before we even begin, is that I want to copy or sample a design, then I want to repeat exactly what they've done, which implies that I'm using the same font, the same size, The only thing I may not be able to get exactly is using the right amount of image, or those illustrations they use. And so in order for us to save our time, we can improvise when we get to that part. But then everything I want to show you is exactly what you need to learn for you to improve on your UI design, as simple as it is. So I already copied this image, and there are times that in case you see a video here on the Dribble, make sure that you scroll down for you to see other screens here. I think they are very important. You pay attention and you pick all of these screens. You can do as much as you can, but let it be that every day there is something that you are doing that is improving on your UI design. So I've already picked this particular one here, right? I think there are many of them, and it also show me the colors, the styles, the typography and everything. And so let me see the typography. I can't really see the typography they use, but I think that should be Inter. The colors is here, and some other stuff. And so I think is a kind of a full case study in case you want to pick that up. So I think there should be a link where you can actually just put in everything, like a link where you can buy the whole of this, but that's not the catch. So the catch, I've already copied the image, and I'm going back to this particular side of the project, and what I have here is going to where all my design is going to be made. So I already used the same procedure to replicate this particular design when I was teaching one of my students in the office, and I think we got exactly the same results we want to have, right? Apart from the font, which is kind of yeah, I actually tried it though, and the name of the font is something New Order, right? New Order, but it's not displaying on my Figma, so I'm going to rectify that later on. That's not the reason why we're here. So I'm going to paste the design, and according to what I have here, right, I will just minimize that a little bit, and I'm going to just drop it in the place where I can have or like look at everything. So we are going to sample our colors, get our typography, get our icons from maybe Icons Finder, better if you have a library of icons, and there are plenty of other resources in case you know how to get them. But in case you don't know how to get them, I'm going to show you the one among the simplest way that will enable you to get exactly what we needed to get. So the first thing I'm going to do is to press letter F on my keyboard, and it's going to bring all these options here. So I'll go down to frame, which is the phone rather, and I'll make sure that I use the iPhone, but then I love using iPhone 16 Pro Max, maybe because of the size, I don't know. So having that, I'm going to change this one to screen 1 so that we can always build on that. And we have these, right? Then let's see. So this is what we call the mimicking kind of process, because what I want to do here is to actually take a sample of the screen I want to design, or take sample of every screen I will design and place it over exactly the frame I want to design on, so that I can pick all the things. I can use my ruler to put all the sections of the design into their irrespective perspective. It's as simple as what we have, right? So what I'm going to do here, right, is very simple. Like I said, I will make a duplicate of this, and when I'm done with that, I'm going to take out all this SS. I'll hold down the Control key on my keyboard to do that. Then I will take out the SS from the top as well. I will take it again from the left hand side. I will take it again from the bottom hand side. So that's the first thing you need to do, is to make sure that the object you want to design is the exact frame you are having on your Canva. So I'm going to place it side by side here, and I think if it is too much, we can see we can have it being equal now. So it's very easy for us to actually start designing using this particular inspirations, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is to have the text, and mind you, maybe I'll just use my ruler to actually break this into their perspective. I'm pressing Shift R on the keyboard to bring all this ruler outside. Then I have these options. Mind you, if you are placing the ruler at any part of the object, because if you place it here, it's going to actually stay inside of this frame. And the reason why it's showing dash at the other hand is because it's outside of that particular region. So I'm going to bring it outside here, where I can use it to take the measurement of this particular ellipse, and that is how we break things here, right? So that we are going to get exact result of what we wanted to achieve. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the top here. So it's all about you just breaking down everything into where they ought to be, and it's as simple as what we have, right? So I'll repeat the same thing down to here and down to this part here, then go away down to this part here. Okay, and also another one here. Then my footer navigation start from this part here is as simple as what it is, and it also ends here. Yeah, right? Okay, so this first of all is for us to actually get the right perspective, what we actually want to achieve so that we can see or compare the two designs, and we can see so many similarities in the design. So we need to bring out this point, and if you want to extend this more, you need to actually do the same thing for the this part here. But then when you do all of this, for example, if I do this one here and I do this one here, I may not need to do the other one, right? I'll just follow this one to do the other duplicate. Then I'm going to pick one for this section here, which is this one here. Then I will repeat one more for the other one. So we call this one kind of a copycat kind of idea or sections, or better still, we do that to mimic exact, especially if we want to get exact results of what we want to achieve. So when I'm done with this, I think I'm good to go. And the first thing I'm going to do is to press my shift key, and better still, before this time, I think I need to bring out my grid. So I'll click on the name of the frame, then go to the grid. I'm going to bring out my grid, which is my column grid, right? And I'm going to use 4 counts, then 20 margin. Then I think I'm good to go. I think that's what they use exactly. Then I'll bring out my row, but it's not a must that you must bring out your row grid every time. So my count is going to be 1000. And in case you want to ask me a question about the 1000, I think I have a better answer for you. Then I will leave this one at 12. It all depends on the distance, but we don't really know the spacing system now. So we are going to keep it the way it's supposed to be. So I can turn this one off, then bring out my stuff. Then that is what we have. Then I can actually do this two more times. It's 18 now. I think something is missing. I think I overbound. I have a step here. Okay, so I can delete this one. And if I come here, make a duplicate of this, I should be able to get 20 exactly. Then I will cover up that mess. And we already get the first part here, right? Then let's have the test, and the test here is going to be Khalid. For an instance, I'm going to change this one to Inter because I believe that's what they use. Then drop the font width to maybe light or something together with the opacity, which is like maybe 5 or thereabout. I think it's okay. Then I will cut the excess space around the test area. I'll also come here to drop the size. I think it's too much. Then I want something very small. Yeah, then it's going to be here. Now, in some case, you may want to bring out a ruler to take the measurement of where the K actually is starting from so that you can be on the same exact spot. And in some cases, you may want to just use your discretion to know what you're supposed to do. In that kind of a case, I think if you want to, you may want to sample this color. So let's say we don't really have the exact color, but then we are using this particular one right here. And I think I've sampled the color, and I have to change my opacity value to 100. But I just change this one to 8. I think we are okay. I think we are good to go. So we have the first one here, and make sure that whenever you do them, you make sure you add them to auto layout. So I've been able to add them to auto layout, and I think I can now delete all these ones and make a duplicate of this one. But this time around, I'm changing this one to what? To Taylor, right? Swift, I think. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I think that's the name. And I'm going to make sure that these two are in auto layout so that I can always repeat this thing the way it's supposed to be, while this one is Justin Bieber. Okay, and this one here is Paramura, and there's still one more, so which we are going to add one more, not this one. Okay, but then I think it's shooting outside, so we are going to reduce this particular one to 16 so that we can have it this way instead of just making it to be 2020. That will actually make the other last one to shoot outside of the frame, and that's not what we wanted. So then I will bring another test here, which is going to be for the top artist. We are going to have the top artist, right? And let's see what we have. So in this kind of case, another way for you to get exact results is to bring this test and place it upon this one here. And the reason why you're doing that is because you want to get the exact size. So if you're not doing this way, I think there's another way for you to get the exact size. This is what I mean by that. We keep dropping it until we are able to have something that can actually match up with what we want to achieve. So it could be maybe adjusting the line, the tracking, or the leading, and some other stuff. So you can see that we have exact stuff here, right? We have exact positioning of the element, and now I can bring it back to this side, and this is what they use. But I would not want to agree with that. So instead, you can just bring out your ruler, and you can just use this one here at the top and bring another one to the bottom, which is the last one, the P. And from there you can now do what? You can begin to work out your stuff. So the same thing, I'm going to sample the color from this very one here, and I don't know, but I think that is the color, and that is black anyway. So let me see if at all we have a resemblance. I think my space is kind of big, so I'm going to just drop that a little bit. So even though there is no, even though there will be a little difference between these two, I think it's just a very small amount of difference that you have between these two particular thing. I'm just thinking anyway. Then I'm going to make sure that it's tapped to the left hand side alignment, and we already have it to be at the same position, and we are good to go with that. Then I'm going to have another one here, which is called the new album, right? The new album. And the same thing happens here. It's going to actually take my grid form, and I will have a section. So instead of a section, I think I'm going to have a rectangle that is going to display all of these pictures. So in this case too, you can decide to have it to be 12 rounded, and make sure you give it a bit of iOS radius to 100 value, or you can even increase this one to maybe 24, because I think it's more curvy, that kind of stuff. So here, I'm not too sure, maybe if I've been able to maintain the height. So I'm going to just shift a little bit up here. Then I'm going to bring it down. I think this is what they have. Then I will turn off or turn on my grid. Let me see if there's anything remaining. Okay. Okay. Then you can see that I'm not actually following where I'm supposed to stop here. I will bring it down here for me to see that. And I'm going to move this one a little bit up. Then I think I should have what they have here. So it's as simple as what we have. Then the same thing happens to the next one, which is the recently played, right? Recently played. Okay, then that will also take the form. And before I even begin with that, I think we've been able to have something very good for ourselves. And I'm going to bring out the ruler. Let's fit in the header before we even move on with the rest of the design. Okay, so we're having this, and we're having another one which only have so I'll make sure that the spacing are 4, or better still, let's say 8. 8 will be fine, and that is all. Here is going to have this color as the stroke color, while this one we don't need it. So let's work with this for now. And here we have a name which is called loose T. Is it loose T, loose star, something? I don't know the meaning of that anyway, but let me try to sample that with what I have here. Let's see if at all we have a resemblance. So here I have to increase. The goal here is to not to get exactly, because at times it could be very difficult for you to get exactly, but the goal here is for you to to have something closer to what you want to actually mimic. And I will leave the icon the way it is currently, because I'm going to get icon from icons finder. So now we are making a lot of progress here, right? And what we have now is almost resemble what we needed to achieve, right? It's as simple as what we are having now. So I'm just changing this one to be medium, maybe because it's kind of tiny while looking at that from my own eyes. Then the next thing I will do here is to actually work on this part here, and it's very simple for us to achieve too as well. So from here we have a rectangle, and it's touching that part. The distance between the heading or the label down to that rectangle is 16, and let me use 12 here together with the corner radius. And if that doesn't really work, we use 16, which is still in multiples of 4 in case you are using 4-point grid system. Then I think we can actually roll out what we have here. So if we are to keep our distance of 20, right, then we have the same thing here. Is it going to work? I don't know, but I think it works. But then we are going to keep it at 16 so that we can have it the way they have it, a little bit outside. I think that's what they have here. So I'm going to bring this one back here, and it's going to be the title of this song, which is Better. And here we are using 13 point something. I don't know, but I think it should be a figure. So I'm using Better. Then I'm bringing this one to be okay. Let me use black here, because I think I'll be using black all day long. So I'm using black here, and I'm setting that to be at the left alignment while I'm bringing this one here downward a little bit. Maybe the space between them is going to be 8. I think that actually works. And the name is Khalid, so I'll just right click on that. I think I've been able to just tidy up that part too. The distance between these two, let's say we have it to be 16, and we can also add that as auto layout. So these two, I'm not working with them anymore. I can bring in this and it's going to actually work out magic. So this is the style, and right, and this is Taylor Swift, Taylor, right? I think I'm correct. Swift, and we are going to add one more. No, why I keep making this kind of mistake? Okay, this one is Ghost, and the title is Justin Bieber, right? Okay, so that's what we have. So it's as simple as what we have now. So let's work on the menu navigations, or the bottom menu navigations. Is as what we have. So I'm going to draw a frame, right, that will cover the entire part, and I'm going to give the frame white color. And mind you, if you are very detailed, you understand that this color is not white. So I'm going to sample this color from here. This is this color. It's not actual white. The color is F6, F8, F8. It's not white. So you have to be detailed enough for you to know what actually works and what didn't work. So you have to be very attentive to the details of the design. And I'm going to bring out this particular tiny stuff here, which is the rectangle. It's going to have a full corner rounded. At the same time, the color is going to be black. So I will change it to black. And I think the height needs to go to a little bit, I'll hit there about, let's say 6. Then sitting at the center. But according to what we have here, it's sitting inside the frame. So the frame will go down a little bit. And what we have here is now be that it is inside of the frame, but then is at the bottom of the frame. So we now have a little distance between that part and what we have to be on the last part of this particular frame. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use a plugin called Hooch Icon. Then I'm going to use it to get all of my icons together with all of these colors, and let's see what we have. So I will right click on this part and I will go over to my Hooch Icon Pro icons library, and I'm going to bring out all this stuff. So mind you, while that is loading up, I think I want to know that this thing is not yet up to where it's supposed to get to, and I think my distance here is kind of too small, so I'm going to get her up to 12, or better still 16, because the goal should be that it is entering a bit out of what we have. Our idea, right, is to get exactly what they got, and I think if you are to use 20, you're going to get exactly, but I'm using 16, and I think I'm okay with what I have. In all, I still maintain my distance from here down to 16, and I think it's okay that way. So I'm still using my icon. There are times it doesn't really load on the first time you load it. You have to reload until it actually pops up. So, but then looking at what we have, I think we are good to go, and we are making a lot of sense. So let me bring out all of this icon. I'll just use a website called iconsfinder.com to get all of this stuff, and I can take out all of these tabs because I don't really need them anymore, and they make my stuff dirty. So let's say music, for example. Let's see what resembles the logo they use, and let's see if you can get something. But whenever you are on this icon finder, make sure that you toggle on the free option here, because absolutely it's not free, but then using this particular option give you the enablement for you to get that free version of all of the stuff. So here we have a lot of things, but I'm looking for the one that actually match up with what we want to do. In case we are not getting exactly the icon they use, I think it's okay. But let me look at what we have. Music and headsets. I don't want to combine that name, but then I think I'm going to stick with this very one here. In order for us to save our time, I'm going to stick with this very one here. This one here. So it's going to be for our icons, or the logo, or the app icon. Whenever you download anything, you can easily drag it when you see this pop up to anywhere you actually working on. And one more thing that we are going to do again, if it doesn't come, it has to come. Okay, let me do that again. Download. It's not coming. Something is wrong. Okay, let me use the Ctrl+Shift+K to bring in that particular part. So this is what we have. I don't know why it's not coming up, but then we are taking all of this and we are taking it this particular style. So I'll press Ctrl+G, and from here I will sample the color to be one of this color. I think that's what we need here, and it's going to be exactly what we are having here. I think the size is too much, so I'm going to just constrain them, and I'm going to drop it by 20. I'll make sure that these two are standing on auto layout, and maybe the distance between them is 12, or better still, let's say 8. So that is how I was able to fix that part of the logo. It's as simple as what we have, and I can take out this particular part. So in order for me to save plenty of time, I will use my Figma so that I can bring in my battery, network bars, and a lot of other things there. It's as simple as what we have, and I'm going to open one more tab to actually get images from Google. So I will hit Google, and let's see. We need a Khalid picture, right? We need Khalid, I don't know, I think that's the name. So we have Khalid. Then we go to the image option. So I think any of the picture we get, I think is okay. I don't know, maybe it's the Khalid that is singing, or Khalid the singer. Let me be precise. Okay, so I'll pick this one here, right? And I have it to be what it is. I'll just right click, copy, and I will come back here. I'll click on just paste. So it's as simple as what it is. So that's what we're gonna use to actually do or to duplicate all of this stuff. I'll copy this particular name again. I'll come here. I will do the same thing here. I should be able to get a picture, a very good picture of this lady. And out of the old picture I'm seeing here, you just have to pick the one that's match up with what you want to achieve. So maybe let me use maybe one of these. I don't know, but then any one of the picture I'm using actually works. So if I should scroll down, I will see more of them, but then I can always pick any one. So I will right click again, copy, and I will come back here. I'll paste. So the same thing we're going to use to actually do all of these things together with Justin Bieber. And I think at this part of the video is going to be fast forwarded so that we don't really spend a lot of time here. Okay, so let's fix this particular one here, which is the bottom navigations. I think I've been able to show you how to actually achieve this, and I think you should be able to understand what we are trying to do so that we make the video in just 30 minutes. So let's have the first one, which is the home. I'll click on and just enter the keyword home, then make sure you are on the free in case you are using free like me, and I think that should be accessible by everyone. Then I'm going to select this one. So it's going to bring this part here, and you can take it to this particular frame where you can just see one of these, take it outside and bring it inside. Then let's call it home. And let's see, I think I want to take out the excess of space. At the same time, I want to have it to be auto layout. Then these two are having this color, right? So I'm picking this color and I'm coming here to make sure that this one take this particular color and this one also take this color. And most importantly, that this one here has a fill that takes this color too as well. So sorry, I didn't really have time to work on that white part. I feel like it's not too necessary, so I'm going to duplicate that. I don't know how the distance is going to be, but then we need 4 of these, right? We need 4 of these. I think that's 4 we have is okay. Then let's spread them all and make sure that it's sitting at the center or the center of the frame. We can even spread them more again. Okay, so all of these are taking not this color, but then I think we are using the darker color, which is maybe this color, and also we are dropping the opacity to like maybe 5 or 50, and all of these we are changing them one after the other. So this way is going to be explore. Okay, so you stay here, but then your color is this color at 50% opacity, and here is going to be 50. Okay, this is library. So we are using I don't know, but then let's use this one, and this is your setting. Okay, so let's say we use one of these, right? One of these. So that is basically what we need to change here, and I'll hold down my control key to make selections to all of this, and I also press 5. And according to what we have here, I think we've been able to do a very good justice to this particular design thing. And if you look at the two of them, it has a drop shadow, a little bit of drop shadow, and I think I'm going to make sure that shadow go this way and also takes a very good amount of blur, and also the spread is toward the top. Maybe I should reduce this a little bit. The spread is not from the bottom, just something small, but in case you can't see what I'm doing, this is what we now have. And if I should drop this, we don't have it anymore. And if I should reduce this, it's going to be too serious, so it has to come very soft, just very soft. And we've been able to do justice to this particular design. So looking at what we have here, right, we can just use maybe just still let's just say I use my picture here. So bring in this part. So maybe this is my account, and I think we've been able to do justice with that. So here is the notification, where we can always get one of the notification icon, and all we need to do is just to make a duplicate to this part here, or maybe take it outside and take it inside again to stay inside that circle. And we can right click on it, go to the plugin and go to which icon, and make sure that this tool is sitting at the center. So I'm going to use this tool to actually check things up. Then here I will put in notification. Then let's just get a bell. Mind you, the opacity value is 50 as well, but better still, let's go 100. So these two, you can feel like to add them to auto layout and this to auto layout together down to this part, so that everything can be centralized. And just what we have here, I think copy image, and here you're already done. So you can put the text, you can put the button, you can put every other thing, but this is exactly how you can mimic a design. And I think if you keep up with this particular approach every day, you are going to improve, because one among those things we learned just now is actually how to place or to use tests, at the same time how to make use of colors, layouts and compositions and other things that you are not even paying attention to. So there could be reasons why your designs are whack. For example, just imagine the effects or the drop shadow I actually apply, which is not too much, rather just a soft shadow, and you can see the beauty of the design. So in case you want to actually spice things up, I say we are going to bring in what? You are going to bring in one other thing, which is the network stuff, and you can even click on it and you can have maybe about 24 rounded, take it to iOS 100, so that you can have a kind of a bevel to show for a mobile stuff. And so we have a test study here, which is the project I'm opening to pick this particular time, network, Wi-Fi and the battery bar from. But then this is what we have, and I think we've been able to achieve what we want to achieve in this video. So in case you have any other questions, I can't wait to see all of your questions, but this is one among the ways you can improve on your UI design. You take every design one day, one after the other. You make sure you execute this kind of design every day. It's going to actually improve on your ability for you to design, and before you know, you start doing something more amazing, because the way I'm going to detail it is going to be from a beginner, but as you begin to take care of every of the design day after day, it's going to become more adventurous, because there will be plenty of things to do every day. And before you get to day 30, I think you should be able to design a dashboard. So thank you very much. I remain David, and I'll see you some other times. In case this is your first time seeing my channel, you can click on the subscribe and turn on the notification to follow all of those posts that I will post. And in case you have any question, you can drop it on the comment sections, which I'm going to go through. And I'm David, and I'll see you some other time. Peace out.